you know? And it's powerful stuff, man. He says, now if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble. It says, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. Yeah, so everything's going to be laid open. So if you're going off in the scriptures, it's going to be made manifest, man. All right? If you've been teaching the incorrect doctrine and you've been getting corrected and you just don't care, you just won't respond because you think it's not worth it to you, or we're beneath you to respond to us when we leave a comment on videos like this. So you going off. You're not supposed to be doing that, interrupting flow of business, and you're committing a crime. You're committing a legitimate crime, all right? And you're going to get put in jail. And don't you understand that the powers that be are ordained from the Most High? And if any man resisteth the powers, he resisteth the ordinance of the Most High. Did you know that? And they don't care. Again, these Christians don't care, these so-called Christians, because they really don't follow the Lord. You know what I'm saying? He's basically trying to lay a foundation that the Lord didn't lay. The Lord Yahushua did not do this. He did not interrupt the flow of businesses and break the laws, because remember, when they brought him to Pontius Pilate, remember what happened. He said he has not broken any of the laws of the Romans or nothing. So I don't know what's going on, but, I can't find this man guilty of doing nothing. Okay, and he let him go. He let him go. He said he's not guilty of the law, breaking the laws of the Most High, I believe he said, or the Romans. I forgot how it's stated. But they said, I haven't found this man guilty of anything. You see? And nobody's story was corroborated. It was not parallel. They didn't have the same testimony. All those false witnesses didn't agree. All right? So they couldn't be taken serious. So that's facts, man. So yeah, when you see, a guy doing this type of shit, this is his own will. Okay, this ain't the will of the Most High.
Listen, the mark of the beast is coming. Do you not get it? That will send you to hell.
He's preaching hell in the middle of a Target. I mean, he doesn't know what hell is. Hell is just the ground. All right? It's just the ground. Because how the hell is hell and death and hell going to be tossed into the lake of fire? This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's completely out of his mind. All right? He doesn't know the parable of Lazarus and the rich man, symbolizes Esau and Jacob and Esau. All right? The rich man being Esau, and he's going to be no longer comforted. He's going to be tormented. All right? And then Jacob is going to be comforted. And they don't understand that. They think that that's a parable about being in hell. Being burning alive and forever in hell. That's not even true. Even in Daniel, when it says an everlasting fire, everlasting means for a period of time. When you go back to the etymology and root word there in Daniel, I believe it's the 12th chapter, in the second verse. It says everlasting fire. And these so-called Christians try to use that as a period of time that means eternal. It's not eternal fire. It says everlasting. It means for a period of time. But they just want to make it what they want to make it, man. You can't talk to these people. You can't negotiate with these Christian extremists. These anti-Christ extremists. That's going to be the name of the video. Anti-Christ extremists, man. Beware of anti-Christ extremists. And that's what they are. This is what this guy is, man. In the middle of Walmart. In the middle of Target, man. And the lady, you saw the lady, she was trying to kick him out. Like, yo, you gotta go. Yo, you gotta go, man. Now, nobody's gonna do that to you if you were listening to what Yahushua said, to go out in the highways and the hedges, okay, where you have authority from the Lord. Because in the Roman system, they had that freedom of speech. And in America, they have the freedom to speak, bro. And you can do it out in the open on the streets. Or like they say, if you're on a public sidewalk or a public easement, you're able to voice your opinion however you want. You can say whatever you want, redress your government, or, a peaceful protest, or, which that's not what we're doing. We're just preaching the scriptures, but we're able to conduct certain things that the Constitution allows us in the Bill of Rights. It's a right, all right? You have the right to speak, the freedom of speech, man. All right, freedom of press. You can also film it. You could film in public. Nobody has the right to privacy in public. Okay, you have to create privacy. If these people want privacy, you have to create it. Meaning, go in a room somewhere. Close the door behind you somewhere. So yeah, ultimately, my brothers, it's just weird that this guy was talking about the mark of the beast. He had to be watching the Israelites.
The mark of the beast is coming. You won't be able to buy anything or sell anything without a chip in your head. You think it's
where did he get that? Where did he get that? Okay. Where did he get that? People got YouTube now. Don't think they're not watching our videos. And even the lady Catherine Albright, she knew about the mark of the beast. All right. Now, if this guy is not a reprobate, he's going to stop doing what he's doing. He's going to graduate from Christianity to, or he might try to reprove the Israelites. And that's where he's going to actually get converted. Because he's going to say, oh, man, we got to keep the law. Oh, I thought it was just, just believe and preach love and stuff. Nah. And if he does convert, again, it's got to be by the law and faith in the Lord. So he's got to have, what's it say? Psalm 19:7, the law of the Lord Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. That's how you get converted. That's how your mind is converted. And then you have to believe in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach and ultimately be born again. You have to forget and discard the Christianity that you've been taught your whole life, because that's clearly wrong. That's why the Lord said to Nicodemus, a teacher of the law, that, you need to be born again. And he didn't understand. I mean, he needed to be retrained. He needed to be taught, man. He needed to be taught about Yahweh Shai and the precepts that are called regarding his coming. Because Yahweh Shai, along with keeping the law, you have to believe in Yahweh Shai and keep the law to the best of your ability and do the work of the Lord, preaching the scriptures and the prophecies of the scriptures, which ultimately point to him. All right. You have to be understanding of these things, and you have to be chosen too. Okay. Many are called, but few are chosen. If the Lord chose you to understand this thoroughly, it's because he literally implanted it in you. Okay. As many as are led by the Spirit of the Most High, they are the sons of the Most High. Romans, I think it's 8:14. Okay. And that's that, man. So, that's all I got for now, man. Shalom, brothers.